Hi, my name's Tony DeGonia, and I am here to do a quick demo on the Torq platform. Um, I've had access to the Torq platform for a few days, and took the opportunity to build out a couple of things uh, that I thought were kind of interesting. Um, my goal here was to build something that worked. And I was able to do that with one of these two demos. The second one I'm still working on, but I should have it here shortly. We'll start with the first one. That's our phishing email demo, which is right here. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and we're going to take a look at this. So what this is doing is this is actually kind of emulating what a workflow a for if we were monitoring email boxes in an environment for phishing emails, spam, that sort of thing. So normally we would put something like something that would monitor Microsoft 365. We can do a search right here and see any number of email email security tools. That's our utilities. There's 49 of them. There's over 100. There's over 100 plugins, which are integrations for those third-party tools and utilities. There's plenty of stuff here that you could use, that you could integrate with, that would show you, kind of what's going on in those email boxes. So in emulating this, we needed a trigger. So in order to run this workflow, something's got to kick it off. And in this case, I used what's called an on-demand trigger. It gives you that test run button right there. And I did that because I'm not going to import, email logs every time we work on this. So we've got this on-demand trigger that executes workflow. It'll also, when it has logs, it'll show you the logs right here under event log. So we see all of this. Then I built a series of what are called set variables. And you can find those over here on this side really easily. Clean that up. Hold on. Set variables. And so you've got a couple of different things you can use here. I used the variables, with the X, and I dropped those in just one at a time, and then went through and populated them. So the fields you populate are your variable name, or your block name. I apologize. And then your variable name, which has to be basically all one word. So you use underscores and things like that. Your data type, you can choose from a string, a number, a Boolean search, or a JSON, or you can select from the context. In this case, we just used standard strings. And then the actual email address that you're going to be searching for. And this comes into play because what you'd be looking for is email addresses that are part of indicators of compromise. So, like for example, we're going to run this. We're going to pull these over. Maybe we compare them with virus total or the Open Threat Exchange, one of those cybersecurity threat intelligence platforms that can be fed in here, so that we can gather that information and uh, enrich the variables that we want to see very, very quickly. So we're also looking at the headers. We're looking for the sender IP address. We're also looking for the email subject, because those are generally really good indicators of compromise. And you see those things quite a bit when you're looking through different indicators of compromise. If there's a hash, we're going to try and match that up, so that we can see the hash and from the mail server it's coming from. If there are any URLs that are attached, which there usually are, URLs that'll send you to a malicious website or whatever. Maybe they want you to click on the link and hit a drive-by download, or any number of things. Download some software to allow botnets to take over your machine, things like that. Then the next thing we have is we actually score these indicators of compromise with virus total, right? So in this case, we would have the score come in and be populated. Because this is just a demo, we went ahead and built a variable for that score, and we gave it a score of 5. For the IP addresses, we also take a look at abuse IPDB, and that will return a score to you as well. We put in a score of 67. I mean, it is a demo, so it's a pretty controlled environment. After that, we dropped in our operator conditional logic block. This is basically an if-and type block, and as you can see, it's got 2 legs. We told it true and false. So we told the operator if the malicious score, the BT malicious score in this variable was higher than 8, then it would go down the positive side. And if it was higher than 75 on the abuse score side, then it would be a true statement. If it was under either one of those, then it would be false, and it would route over here, which basically, as it goes down the true side, you're going to see the status. So it's going to tell you that it's a confirmed suspicious indicator of compromise. You'll see the summary, which will return this block of data, which it'll land in the logs. But as you forward those logs back out to SIM/SOAR or any other utility, it'll have all that information right there for you. And then we have an operator exit, which basically stops the workflow so that it doesn't accidentally overrun or cause this particular workflow to hang up. If you give me a second here, we're going to do a test run on this. So basically we have test run up here, which will trigger this on-demand trigger. And we'll see as it starts going down the line and running through all of these different variables. Then it'll hit the variable status, the variable summary, and it'll terminate on the operator exit. Now, from here, we can take a look at a couple of things. We can look at the sender email, and we can actually see the execution log. So this is the log that was created when it was ran through a test run. And, if the process in that particular variable worked or in that particular block worked, then you get a green check mark. And if not, you'll get a red X. And it'll tell you why it failed that operation. The other thing you can do is you can take a look at your run log, and you can see your date and time stamped steps in the process over here on the left. So you can see everything that's happened, how long it took for those things to happen. So you can see how long the entire workflow is going to take. And, there's even some places in here where you can see how much time it's going to save you over manually doing discovery and triage. So we'll hop back over into the designer. This is pretty much it for the demo. We took a look at some of the logs. I'll hop back over here real quick and I'll take a look. I was working on a second demo with the integration for the OTX because I wanted to show something that worked that actually went outside of this demo environment and pulled data back in. And it's working, but it's still a little bit broken because I'm getting an error on the final step. And I'm positive it's a syntax error. So it's really just a matter of figuring that out. This whole platform is new to me. So, give me a couple of more days with it and I bet I'll have it. So we'll actually click on this and we'll drill down. Really simplified workflow. You've got your indicator of compromise, which is right down here. Now this is a known indicator of compromise. I went in and actually pulled it down from the Open Threat Exchange, and so I just wanted to be able to run this against the OTX and pull that information across. But as you can see, or as you will see, it doesn't quite work the way we want it to. See, we had a failure there, and the failure is at key IP. The function set IOC _ AP was not delivered. So for some reason, the information we have in here is not getting delivered down here properly. And like I said, more likely it's syntax. But I'll keep working on it. You can do the same thing here, though. You can check out your run log. You can see all of these logs, date and time stamp, the amount of time it took for each step of the process to run. And, got some pretty good details there. Beyond that, I think this demo is pretty well done. I appreciate everyone who watches this taking a minute to check it out. Feel free to give me your feedback. I'd love to have it. And, if you're part of the interviewing team that this was done for, you should have my contact information. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message or give me a call. And other than that, you guys have a great week. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.